Well, so this week we start with second bimestre test. We will have our first meeting today, and as normal, we have week by week our session from 6 to 8. Okay. I see some students who don't belong to this parallel, but well, it's okay because you can join any of the parallel, but the idea is that you practice, that you participate every week, okay? Every week. Let me check. Yeah. Okay, so for example, Brenda, you are in group 102, right? Okay, but if you prefer to take the classes today, there is no problem, okay? Well, the rest, yeah, they belong to, and Wilmer and Danny, that they, in the first bimester, they took classes in this parallel, doesn't matter. Okay, dear students, thank you so much for being here. So as I told you, today we're going to start with the first week of second bimester test. Sorry, second bimester, not test, second bimester. So today we're going to start with a new unit. This is unit number 4. For those who have the platform, the Pearson platform, so you can open the virtual version of your books so you can follow the contents of this unit. Well, but today we are going to have an introduction about this topic. I found it really interesting because I know some of you or most of you probably you are working now, you have got a work, but not necessarily related with the English career in some cases. In some other cases, the main goal of studying this career is in the future to become English teachers, but in some other cases, you would like to be like translators or tourist guides, any job or any occupation in which you expand and apply your knowledge of English, okay? So yeah, it doesn't matter what is the main goal, but the idea is that you are studying this career with a main purpose. Probably you have, in some other cases, you have the opportunity of studying another career along with this one, but the idea is that you will have, or you dream to have in the future, like the ideal job. So this is the main topic today. The unit topic is follow your passions. Okay, let me show you the presentation, and we are going to start with questions. Okay, so we are going to start. As I told you, follow your passions. First of all, we are going to start with a general definition of passion. Passion is an activity that you love to do, okay? Passion is an activity that you love to do. Probably some of you, as I told you before, probably you have got a job, but mm, probably it cannot be your passion. Probably another thing can be your passion. But today, we will have the opportunity of sharing that information in this unit. First of all, I want to think about the following question, okay? What's your passion? Think about this. What is your passion? Okay? Think about this, and I'm going to give you a few seconds for that, and then you can share. Let me check a message that I have here while you think on that question. Mm. Okay, I'm sorry, I had it to answer a message. So Brenda, please read it. And if you have the evidence, please send it. And then I can tell you what we can do, okay? Well, so now we're going to continue with the rest. We were talking about what's your passion. So I want that you answer first this question. What's your passion? But remember, before you share the answer, remember that it is really important. It's mandatory when you are going to answer a question. It's important that you state your opinion or answer the question directly, but it is necessary that you support your answer with explanations or with examples. So in that way, you provide enough information that supports the main idea or that supports your answer. So I remember that during our first classes, we talked about 5 different steps that we need to follow in order to answer the question. So the first one was to restate the question. That means you use some words from the question and then you provide the answer. Then, in order to support your answer, you provide examples explanations, or your own experiences in order to support it. And at the end, as the final step, you are encouraged to use follow-up questions. What are those follow-up questions? Questions that help you and the audience or the listeners to continue or to keep the conversation going. So, in this moment, I want to remind you that it's necessary to provide examples or explanations. They are kind of different, okay? For example, the definition of example. An example is someone or something that you mention to show what you mean. An explanation. An explanation is a statement that you make to show what you mean. So, let's analyze the following two examples so we can make difference between example and explanation. The main question is, do you like sports? That is the question. Do you like sports? So I have here two different answers. In the first one, I said, I love sports. I'm answering the questions, but I need to provide support for this answer. I love sports. So during the fall, I play basketball and soccer. Basketball and soccer are examples of sports, right? But I'm providing my own examples, my own experience. During the fall, I play basketball and soccer. And in the summer, I like to go cycling and sailing. So notice here, I'm giving different types of sports: basketball, soccer, cycling, and sailing. So those are examples of sports, but I'm adding my own information. During the fall, in summer, that is my own information, but I'm providing examples. This information supports my answer. I love sports. What can I say that I love sports? Because I practice sports during the fall and during summer. I practice different sports. During the fall, I practice basketball and soccer. And in the summer, I practice cycling and sailing. So that is how I can show you with evidence that I love sports. Okay, so the main question, do you like sports? Yeah, the answer is I love sports. That's correct, but it's not enough. I need to provide that support. Okay, so in this first example, I'm giving or I'm answering the question by providing examples. Now, I have another option, okay, with explanations. I love sports. The question is the same. Do you like sports? Yes, I love sports. But now I'm going to explain. Why do I love? Sports are a great way to stay healthy. Sports are a great way to stay healthy. Also, sports are great for my social life. I have met so many people through the sports I do. I'm explaining how do I love sports, why it's important practicing sports. Sports are a great way to stay healthy. That is one idea, one explanation. Another explanation or another idea is that I consider sports is a way to get social life. Even I'm providing my own experience, another experience in which I said why I consider sports is a great opportunity to get the social life. Because here I'm mentioning that I have met a lot of people when I practice the sports. Okay, so notice please. Here I have two different ways in which I can answer a question. And if you notice, the question is really easy. Do you like sports? But notice that I am providing at least two ideas that support my answer. In the first, when I'm providing examples, I'm saying what type of sports I practice in two different seasons of the year, during the fall and in the summer. In the other example, I'm providing two different explanations for which I consider I love sports. The one is that it's healthy, and the other that help me continue or get the social life. Okay, so it's important, my dear students, with these two examples, it's important that you have here like evidence how you can construct or how you can build your answers, even if the question is simple. But the idea is that you answer the questions and provide at least two supporting ideas that support the answer. Okay? Questions maybe until this part? What is example and what is an explanation? Nope. Well, now it's your turn. I'm going to provide enough time for you, but please try to answer the question by yourselves, okay? It doesn't matter if the answer is too short, but the idea is that you introduce in your answer examples or explanations, at least two. If you decide to use examples, so provide two examples. If you decide to use explanations, provide two ideas that explain the why of your answer. The main question is, what is your passion? Okay, that is the question. What is your passion? But please, first of all, you need to tell me what's your passion. Okay, my passion is da 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 da. Then please provide at least two examples or two explanations that support your answer. Okay, so please, for this activity, each of you will have 3 minutes to prepare, and then you are going to share your answers. Okay, 3 minutes for preparing the answer, but please don't forget it's necessary to answer the question, what's your passion, and provide at least two examples or explanations. Okay? Go ahead, please. The idea here is to have two exercises. The listening activity, in which each of you are going to share your answer, and the listening activity, because I'm going to ask some of you to infer or to analyze if your partner use examples or explanations. Or well, in some other cases, the student would use both examples and explanations, okay? But the idea with this exercise is to practice both listening and speaking skill, okay? While you are speaking, the rest are going to listening, and of course, you need to provide the answer for this question. What is your passion? Okay, so let's start. Volunteers, maybe? If not, don't worry. I can check my list. So, Jocelyn Davila, I'm going to start with you.
My passion is traveling.
Okay, wait,
Uh,
wait a minute, Jocelyn.
yeah,
So please pay attention. Jocelyn has mentioned that her passion is traveling. So all the ideas that Jocelyn are going to use will be related to traveling. Okay? Let's pay attention to this.
yeah,
Okay, continue.
yeah, especially to natural places like the Galapagos Islands and Podocarpus National Park.
Mhm.
I traveled to the Galapagos Island last year, and I loved seeing the animals. That trip showed me how much I enjoy exploring natures. And
Okay, stop until this part. Sorry. Okay, Jocelyn. So yeah, you have mentioned that your passion is traveling, especially to natural places in general, right? Yes, you mentioned that.
yes,
Okay. Then Jocelyn, provide another information. What was that, Kayla?
Mande.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Okay. Jocelyn, can you repeat the first part so Kayla can listen again?
my passion is traveling, especially to natural places like the Galapagos Islands. I traveled the Galapagos Island last year. I love this place because I enjoy exploring nature.
Okay. So Kayla, tell us, what do you think about Jocelyn's answer? Do you think Jocelyn is providing examples, explanations?
I think yes.
Which one? Examples or explanation? Because she has mentioned that
Mm,
she
ex-
likes traveling, especially to natural places. So tell us, what do you think? Examples or explanations? Or maybe both?
Examples.
Okay, yeah, she's providing examples when she mentioned Galapagos Islands and also Podocarpus Park. I think she mentioned that. Yeah, in this part, she's mentioning examples of natural places. But then she mentioned another important thing. What was that, Kayla?
Em, ¿Puedes repetirme? No lo escuché.
Can you use, Kayla, English, please? This is the opportunity to use English. So
Repeat,
ask her in
please.
English. Uh-huh. Jocelyn, can you repeat, please? She says.
Okay. My passion is traveling, especially to natural places like the Galapagos Island and Podocarpus National Park. The first example, I traveled to the Galapagos Island last year. I love see the big animals like turtles, and that trip showed me how much I enjoy exploring nature.
Okay, so Kayla, what do you think? Kayla?
Yes,
What do you think? Then Jocelyn is telling you her own experience. Right? Because she's mentioning that she went to Galapagos Island. She saw different animals.
I think is I think it's a good and that her passion is interesting, but I don't think she will always travel.
Sorry?
I think it is a good passion, but her passion is interesting. However, I don't think she will always travel you uh, travel always every year or every month.
Okay, Kayla. Thank you. The thing here, Kayla, is that we try to analyze your partner answer. If she provides examples or if she uses explanations, or probably she used both. Okay, so let's see, Diego. Would you like to
I
add something?
yeah, I think my classmate is trying to give examples and explanations. Both of them.
Mhm.
Examples are the Podocarpus Park and the Galapagos Islands, but also she mentioned that the reason of why she loved that nature travels.
Yes, thank you, Diego. Good job. She provides at the beginning, she provides examples. Yes. But then when she told us her own experience, she's explaining why, or she's trying to confirm why she prefers natural places. Because she enjoys looking at those animals and something like this. Yes. Thank you so much. Now, another answer. Kaylee, can you share your answer, please? What's your passion?
Okay, teacher. So my passion in general is training boxing. I love getting rid of all the bad things emotionally while I practice it. And also, I learn many things by being with people around me. But unfortunately, I don't practice it now due to time and distance issues.
Okay, excuse
So
me,
that's it.
Kaylee. Sorry for interrupting you. Okay, until this part. Thank you. Let's see, Brenda. Let's analyze the first part of Kaylee's answer. So she mentions that her passion is boxing, practicing boxing. This is a sport, okay? At the beginning, she mentioned what? Examples or explanations? Could you hear?
Good afternoon, teacher. I think that she gives us an explanations first.
Yeah.
because she said that she likes to share with other people, and also she said that when she practiced boxing, she she knows that she can do more than what she thinks.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Brenda. Yes, she mentioned, well, different things, but yeah, she is providing explanations why she loves to practice this. She is giving reasons for that. Okay, so please, Kaylee, complete your idea.
Yeah, I just want to finish with the question that is,
Ah,
yeah, do any of you also like boxing? Because it will be very nice to share opinions with everyone.
thank you so much, Kaylee. Yes, good job. So yeah, it's important, and I mentioned at the beginning of this presentation, our final step at the moment of answering a question is to use the follow-up question, especially when we have a conversation. In that way, we can keep the conversation going. In this case, Kaylee is asking you if someone practiced the same sport as her. So probably you can exchange information, exchange passions. So yeah, good job, Kaylee. Now, let's say, Danny, can you share your answer, please? What's your passion?
Okay, my passion is travel to another countries.
Okay.
I like to learn of another cultures and another things, the cultures how Korean, United States, and Italian, and another countries. Uh, the,
Okay.
the languages, the Russia, English. Yes.
Okay.
For example, I don't practice this my passion because the next year probably travel to United States.
You travel or you will travel? Or
I
you
will
want
travel.
to travel? Oh,
I want to travel. Yes.
okay. Thank you so much. Okay, Danny, we're going to stop until this part. Okay? So, Jocelyn, I think Danny shares the same passion, traveling. But this time Danny has a different, let's say, type of traveling. What do you think? Did Danny share examples or explanations?
Explanation. Because
Explanations? Why?
he like learning new cultures.
But
And I see the United States. I think about very interesting to to learn new cultures and and other mm, in other places around the world.
Okay. Well, Danny mentioned a list of countries. So he's providing examples. He likes to travel to different places, to different countries. Okay, and he mentioned Italy, United States, and some other countries, but I can't remember now. But also he mentioned that he wants to travel to the United States next year. So he's providing examples in his answer. Danny, I don't know if you want to complete your answer. Danny?
Yes, teacher.
I
I don't know.
interrupted
Cool.
you. Did you finish your answer?
No, this is the whole.
Oh, okay. So he finished
The
with his
finish are maybe the next year I want to travel to United States because I don't know. I like to visit my brother. My brother lives in United States.
Mm,
Yes, this is the whole.
okay. Thank you so much, Dan. Yeah. So Danny has mentioned different places that he would like to travel, especially the United States. Okay. Diego, can you share your answer?
Okay. Well, I found it kind of hard to like summarize my whole passions in just one, but I solved the problem by saying that my passion is history because like I can mix diverse topics within history, for example, talking about linguistics, arts, languages, gastronomy, and analyzing why or how like we as humans recover, well, actually walk through a whole path to our current times, like from caves to solid structures and cities, for example, like understanding and like reflecting even. That's
Thank
my
you. Thank you, Diego. Good job. Okay, Wilmer, let's analyze Diego's answer. What do you think? He provided examples, explanations, or maybe both?
I hear about. Well, I didn't pay attention because I was writing the explanation. But I hear about he have many passions, right? But he did a summarizing like in languages.
History, he mentioned.
Oh, history. Sorry. I didn't pay attention, to be honest.
Okay, Wilmer. Um, Melissa, did you hear?
Hi, teacher.
Hannah,
Yes.
were you able to listen to Diego? Or somebody who listened to Diego? What do you think, Danny?
These explanations
Yeah, he used
because
explanation.
she said mentioned that the mix the different topics how as the culture of the places and also the gastronomic and another thing I don't remember much.
Yeah. Okay, Diego, thank you so much. Yeah, I think Diego provided like a mix of examples and also explanations. He mentioned different types of the history and some other branches, and also how we pass through different situations from the past until now, especially when in the past when we have like caves, but nowadays we have big cities. So yeah, he used both examples and also explanations. Good job. Okay, my dear students, we're going to stop until this part. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for also thinking about this question. What's your passion? I think some of you can feel that this question is hard to answer because, yeah, probably we try to follow one path, but maybe we haven't thought about this clearly. If that thing, if this career is what I really like, if that is my passion or not. Okay, yeah, but let's consider that studying this career is a good opportunity for you to maybe in the future know different cultures because we can exchange that culture thanks of English. Okay, well, dear students, now we're going to go to our book. Now we have, well, this is really interesting because we have like myths and facts about studying or choosing your careers. Okay, so here we have like two columns. What are the myths and what are the facts? I invite you to read. Let me zoom it. Okay. I invite you to read the myth and also the fact. Okay, the myth and also the fact. College and career myths and facts. Diego, can you help me with number one, the myth and the fact as well?
Okay, myth. I want to change my major from math to biology, but I think it's too late. Fact. Don't worry, about 70% of college students change their major. If your major isn't right for you, it's fine to enroll in another department next year.
Thank you so much, Diego. Yes, I remember when I started my first career. Well, my first career, in fact, is administration. Was not English. So English and administration, they are like totally different. And that was the myth that some of my teachers and some other people around me told me. Okay, it's too late to change to another career, especially because these two careers are totally different. But now it doesn't matter the time. Okay, we can enroll in different careers if you want. And nowadays, especially in high school, the programs of high school are trying to train students to be qualified for any of the careers. Probably, well, we have like different opinions about this, but the main goal of this is that students will be, how can I say, that students can have the opportunity of have all of those options, because we know probably when they get to the university, probably they need to change to another career. But that's the idea, that they are prepared for any of them. Diego.
Teacher, sorry, I have a question. Major can be considered as a synonym of career?
Well, major is what you study in university. Career is the activity in which you work. Okay, for example, my first career is administration, but my career is teaching English. I studied one thing, but I work in a different thing. Okay, that's the difference. Major is my degree, what the university gave me, but career is in what I work. That's the difference.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, Melissa, are you able to read number 2?
Yes, teacher.
The myth and the fact, please.
Meet a should only take classes that prepare me for my future uh, help
Career.
career.
The fact.
Um,
Melissa? Melissa, can you read the fact as well?
I not true. Employers often look for people with a range of experience. Don't get uh, uh, uh,
Tunnel vision.
tunnel vision. Take a class outside of your major. Who 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 knows? You may find a new talent.
Thank you. Yeah, and that is also related with your passions. Probably, yeah, you are studying in the university, but that is not exactly what you really love to do. Why not? If you are studying English, why not if you can also study some other courses? For example, pedagogy or methodology or even psychology, because those are really hand in hand. Nowadays, students need to, like teachers, I mean, need to use psychology in order to try to manage classes, but by using psychology instead of methodology or pedagogy. So why not? You can be more prepared for different environments in which you will perform in the future. Number 3, Jocelyn, can you help me? The myth and also the fact.
Myths, a career and job are the same thing. A fact, not really. A career is a job that you have been trained for and which you do for a long time. A job can be long term, but it can also be something that you do for a short time that may or may not require special training.
Yes, well, as I told you, probably you have studied for a long 5 years or 3 years, but if you get like a course of 2 months or 1 month, you can be expert on that thing. That cannot be necessarily your career. Number 4, please, Danny.
Okay. Meet choosing a major in the college means deciding my career for the rest of my life. Fact. Uh, Not so many college graduates get jobs that are not directly related to their major, and most will have one or more career shifts during their working lives.
Yes. So I know some people who probably, well, like in the worst example, people who have studied laws to be a lawyer, but they end up driving a taxi. Okay. Yep. This is not what I think that is not what they wanted for them, but maybe there are not so many opportunities for them, so they need to have a job in what they they have. So it happens. Number 5, Kaylee.
Number 5, myth. If I don't like college, I can drop out, start my own business, and become a billionaire. Fact. This worked for Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg. But most American billionaires are college graduates. So if you want to be a billionaire, the best strategy is to graduate from the college first.
Thank you. Well, it doesn't happen all the time, but yeah, a good opportunity is to get your degree and your college, and then by any job that you can get, become a billionaire if you can. Okay, Wilmer, number 6.
Me, I shouldn't tell my professor that I'm having trouble in class. Fact, actually, most professors are very supportive of students who are having difficulties in class. Make an appointment with your instructor and ask for help.
Thank you. Yeah, it's necessary that, well, it's something similar when I say any question and anybody says a word, even a word. And then when the when the students need to apply something in their activities, another mistake, a lot of mistakes. So what's happening? Uh, Students need to share if they are having problems or troubles with a specific thing. So teachers can help you. Number 7, Brenda.
Number 7, might. College is much harder than high school. Fact. Not necessarily. College is different, but not always harder. College students have more freedom, so time management is important. Plan your time to make sure you get your work done.
Thank you, Brenda. Probably when you are high school students, your parents are behind you trying to support all the time, even trying to push you to accomplish with all the things. But yeah, when you are college students, you are alone. Of course, your parents support you mentally or even economically, but it's your it's up to you. If you decide to accomplish with all the things, you can do. If not, it's up to you. So especially you, at distance students, you need to manage your time wisely, because I know you need to share your time with your job, with another career, maybe with your family, with your social life. But you need to manage your time wisely. And the last thing, Galo, are you there?
Yeah, teacher, yes.
Can you read please number 8?
Yes. And number 8, meet. My child isn't getting good grades. If you offer him money or something right, that might encourage him to work harder. But bad idea. Giving rewards is not the best way to encourage good grades. Talk to your child about the problem, but the student is ultimately responsible for his or her own success.
Thank you, Galo. Yeah, especially for parents. Well, I don't think so for college students, probably with high school students, when parents are trying to bribe their child. A bribe is like giving presents or rewards for doing something. Okay, but yeah, I think as the fact says, that is a bad idea. Children need to know what are their responsibilities and they need to accomplish all of them. Okay? Well, here we have like different 8 myths and facts. We have what the real life is. So, based on this information, I want to share this vocabulary practice. Okay? We're going to match the words with the definitions. All of those words were in this article about the myths and facts. So after reading them and having like a short explanation about each of one, so we are going to match the definition with the correct word. I'm going to give you 3 to 4 minutes to analyze all of them, and then you can share the answers, okay? 3 to 4 minutes to read all of them and try to complete the activity, and then we can share, okay? Okay, well, so we're going to talk about Yuli's and Simon's parents, okay? Let me remind you the questions. First of all, we are going to decide how was their support different? Because Yuli received her father's support. He encouraged her to drop out her job. On the contrary, Simon's parents, they push him to continue in the law school. But Simon decided not to obey them. Okay, now, what do you think? In the first group, I have Kaylee and Diego. In the first question, how was their support different?
Well, as both parents tried to support their kids as their own ways, the decision they took was different because Julie's parents were more mature from my point of view, and even they accepted and agreed and convinced their child to drop out and like have another kind of vision, while Simon's parents were more, for my opinion, and mature and like close their minds into one only idea of watching their son, sorry, uh, as a lawyer. So like they were like difficult to convince, but they ended up like changing their mind and accepting their decision of their son. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much. Well, we, based on what Diego mentioned, um, Julie's and Simon's parents are different in their positions because, well, Diego mentioned because of some of them are mature and some others not. Okay, well, let's see in group number 2, Brenda and Jocelyn. What do you think about this first question? How was the support different?
In our opinion, both types of support are valuable, but we believe Simon's parents were more effective because their involvement gave him concrete tools to succeed while still showing care.
Mhm. Okay, yeah. As you know, our parents receive like different education as the children receive. So, yeah, Simon's parent decided to advise him not to have that career shift because probably they thought that as the myth mentioned in the first article that was really impossible or that is a waste of time like changing or have a career shift because of the time. Okay, like a waste of time. Okay, let's see what Melissa and Wilmer think about this.
Well, about the question is, in my opinion, which parents provide Julie's and Simon's parents were supportive. Well, it's different. Both parties support them, but of course in different ways. I think for Julie's is more like freedom to
Okay,
choose whatever they want to work on the jobs, and for Simon's, the parents' advice more is more strict, restrictive.
straight or strict.
Yeah, yeah, strict, more, yeah, it's more strict. So, but in my opinion, that is effective because, of course, it's in different ways, but they achieve each one their goal to be in his major, his career, and his working. So for me, it's effective, and that's
Okay.
the reason.
Okay, thank you, Wilmer. Yeah, something related with what Brenda mentioned. Simon's parents try to support him to finish his first career, his first choice. Okay. And how about you, Danny and Galo? Danny, Galo, some of you.
I okay. The first answer, I think, the parents it's the Simons is very strict
Mm-hmm.
because the parents want to be the more bienestar. How do you say bienestar?
The wellness.
The wellness for him, but the parents uh, the pressure for him the finish the career, but it's difficult for him because now is passion your passion is another career. um,
Mm,
but the parents Julie's parents is different because the Julie's parents they support her because here uh, there have more uh, more what sería more
Wilmer. Okay, sorry. Excuse me then.
okay more liberty
Yeah,
that of
freedom.
select the career. Yes, because for this reason is the different situations, but um, this is how now understand much a lot of the audios because the audios talk very fast. I
Okay,
need to
no
focus.
problem then. Yeah, but you got like the main idea. Good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah. Now, I want that you think about this. Julie's case. She already finished her career. She started working. On the contrary, Simon haven't finished his career, but he decided to drop out that that career, the law school. So, thinking on this, the their parents probably in Julie's case, it was like easy to ask her to follow her dreams because she had ended his career, her studies, sorry. But in the case of Simon, he was starting the school, the law school. He haven't finished yet. So probably Simon's parents tried to push him to finish because what happened if he 1 month or 3 months later he decided to have another shift and then another shift? That happens sometimes with children. So yeah, probably both parents were supportive, yes. But if we analyze the situation, Julie's parents, they they don't have like too much to lose because at the end Julie has ended the career, but in Simon cases he hasn't finished it. So probably Simon's parents, we talk about in terms of money, probably Simon's parents, they needed to push him because of the investment that probably um, they took for Simon's studies. So, well, different situations. Dear students, time is over. I know there is another question that is also missing regarding the, oh my gosh, okay. How was their support different, effective? Well, I think we have answered a part of this at the same time. Okay, no problem. My dear students, for the next session, we are going to continue talking about this topic about following our passions, and we can complete some ideas about this work, okay? No homework for the next week because we haven't finished the unit. We will continue studying the same unit next week. And remember, next week we start with mandatory session, okay, with mandatory activities. That means that from next week we will start with by grading your interaction here in the video collaborations, and we will start also with graded activities on Canvas. So please, once again, you are a distance students and you need to manage your time wisely. Okay, my dear students, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to share with you this topic, this interesting topic, and we will see you next week. Enjoy your night and see you next week. Bye bye.
Thank you, teacher. Have a good
Bye,
night.
teacher.
Thank you,
Thank you.
teacher.
Thank
Bye.
you, teacher.